Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Jimmy and this is Patriots Glow. So I'm sure you guys seen in the thumbnail, it was the coffee table made out of pallets that brought you in to see the video. But before we get to that, I did want to bring up the wrecking claw. I picked this up at Lowe's for $70 and this makes breaking down pallets a breeze. So stick around, see how easy it is to knock these pallets apart, and we'll get to building this table. Let's go. All right, so there you have it. 2.5 pallets broken down. This is what we have out of it, and then we have an entire full pallet that we're going to use as the base of the table. So if you think that this is going to be enough pallets to do our herringbone figure going on our table, please leave a comment down below. Tell me yes, no. You let me know what's actually if this is gonna be enough. If it's not, or if it is, I will go ahead and within the next couple of minutes let you know that it is going to be plenty. We still have to knock these nails out, rip these boards down, and sand them, possibly plane them. We're gonna find out. I don't want to get rid of all of the wear and tear on these pieces of pallet, these pallet slats, because I think that gives a lot of its character. So we're going to go through, see what good parts that we have, what we're going to be able to use, and then I'll show you what we're going to do from there. All right, time for the fun part. Now, hopefully someday I have one of those nail punch guns, but for today, we do not.
Wind in my hair, watch the sun start to rise. Butler County vibes, yeah, we savor the rush. Life's a wild ride in the freedom we trust. Hands up to the sky, we ain't looking back. Embracing the moment, we're on the right track. We're living in the moment, feeling so blessed. Driving through the sunset, this life is the quest. Grateful for the laughter, every chance that we take. Butler County magic in the memories we make. Chilling by the river, laughter echoes around.
We're not keeping this. So something you want to be very careful of, sometimes these pallets are reused, and this is why I'll go back through with a metal detector and check to make sure there are no nails hammered in. Sometimes you won't even see these. They also have them down here. Somebody's already cut the slats off of this once, so I'm not actually going to keep this. You can get a punch and knock these out, but I am not going to waste my time doing that, and it's all for nothing, you know what I mean? So tossing this in the trash. All right, so we've got all of the nails knocked out of the boards. This is what we have left over. There are a lot of boards that we lost because there were nails that I was not going to be able to get out, or it was going to take too much time to actually get out of there. You can get them out with a center punch, but I'm not going to go around and knock every single nail that's been cut down out of those slats. So this is what we have left. And if you stuck around from when I asked the question if we were going to have to break down any more pallets, I did end up breaking down one more pallet because we had almost an entire pallet that had nails in it that is going to get scrapped anyways. So if you commented that I was going to have to break down another pallet, you are absolutely right. If we didn't run into that issue, anybody that commented that I wasn't going to have to break down any more pallets, you would have been right if we wouldn't ran into a garbage pallet like that. And that's part of the problem with working with pallets. Sometimes you're going to run into garbage pallets. And we have plenty of pallets that if we have to go back and break down more, we'll have them. But on this beautiful rainy day here in Ohio, pallet's going to be a little bit damp. So we'll have to bring it in, put it in front of the torpedo heater, and get it dried out. So now what we're going to do, and you don't have to do some of these steps that I am about to do. I am about to grab my hand planer, which I think I spent 40, 50 bucks on Amazon, maybe a little bit more, but I don't think it was much. And we are going to plane down the surface of these boards, get them cleaned up just a little bit. And then we're going to go through and look at the thicknesses and see what we actually want to use where. So obviously they have to be the same thickness. Is going to be a coffee table, so we don't want really thin strips and then thick strips. So we're going to try to find all of the strips that are the same width, and then we're going to go off of that. So I'm going to go ahead and get these boards cleaned up, taken care of, so stick around. We'll do some footage of that. All right, take two. So what I was saying, I don't know if the camera cut off. We'll find out in the editing. But I'm worried about the width of this table. The length of it's going to be good, but I think the width is going to be a little bit too much. So I'm going to come through with my jigsaw. You can come through with any saw that you have. And I'm going to go ahead and rip these down. I'm actually going to keep this end piece here because we're going to move that in and still utilize this cross brace right here for the strength of this table. So bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and get these cut down. Okay, guys. We went ahead and ripped down all of our boards so that they had flush edges here. And we have, I think, we have six larger boards, and then we have a handful of smaller width boards. So they are all, the edges are all ripped down so that they're nice and clean. What we're going to do now is come over to the miter saw. We're going to set it at 45 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and cut these all to 45-degree angles. All right, stick around. Okay, so if you've seen last night's video, you would know that I went to Lowe's and picked up a 13-inch DeWalt planer. I came back. I wanted to plane some of these boards down. A few of them were different depths. So instead of hand planing all of those, I went ahead and picked up a planer. Please check that video out. See if it's something that you might want to pick up. but I did take apart everything. I took this board off, all my other boards that I had attached. So we are back, and we're going to go ahead and start reattaching those boards. And when I did that, I went back and stained a bunch of these boards colors that I want in this table. You don't have to do that. That's something that I wanted to do for the looks. So that is entirely up to you, but that's what I ended up doing. So like we did before, we're going to come over here and we're going to get halfway down the pallet. It's 48 inches. We're going to come down all the way down to the end of the pallet. It's 48 inches long, so we are going to go ahead and come to 24. Mark out a 24 mark. That is going to be the center of our pallet. Everything else is already going to be identified for us because we don't have much choice. It has to go in just like that. So we're going to go ahead and start the glue up and brad nailing these in. Now, depending on how many boards you actually have and how many you have put together, I have enough to do this side, and then we're going to go over and do that side with the scraps from this side. So what I'm going to end up doing is coming through with our circular saw and cutting all of these down to the length of this pallet right here. So find yourself a straight edge, because this is the part where, unless you're going to go back through and cut 45s on both sides, if you get the measurements, this will probably be the easiest, most efficient way to do it. So I have a straight edge up here. We're going to come through with a circular saw and cut this down. If you're going to use these boards straight from cutting over there to flipping to the other side, you're going to want to clean up these edges. So just like before, we're going to cut out another block right here. A little bit of that. A little bit of tough love. Probably doesn't need it, but send it anyway. Okay, everybody, so we're starting to wrap up. As you can tell, all of the table surface has been put on. I did go around and clean up all the edges, sanded everything down. Now, there's something that I wanted to go ahead and add to it, which you don't have to. It will just have, obviously, the bottom showing here. But I want to go ahead and add a couple of different things, like a trim around the outside. So going through the scrap that I had in the garage, I do have a few boards here, two here, a couple back here, that I'm going to at least do the outside portion and the side coming up to block those off so that you only have the two pockets that will be in front of whoever's sitting at the coffee table on the main couch. So along with that, right now, all you basically have is maybe a really nice piece of wall art. So with any table comes needing legs. There were these legs that I had gotten off of MacBids, and they look like they were going to be good. These would probably be good for an end table, maybe a smaller, thinner table. But for this application, these are not going to work, unfortunately. I was hoping they would, but not today. So we do have, from a pallet that we had broken down, these monstrous things right here. So what we're going to go ahead and end up doing is throwing these on the miter saw, and we will cut these down right here, and do that on both of these. Make sure all of the nails are out. But those will give us our legs. So we're going to go ahead, get the rest of these nails out, and throw these up on the saw and make our cuts. So stick around and we'll get these all cut down, including we're going to get these cut to length as well.
This is how legends are made.
All right, everybody. So I went ahead and got the legs attached. Everything's looking good. Able to flip it up. Now the only thing that I am going to do, I'm going to go ahead and stain these boards black. The scrap wood that I had. I'm gonna stain that black, and I'm gonna put that as a trim right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this stained, all the sides stained, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this all attached. Okay, so I have you at an angle right now so that you can see both sides. We are going to go ahead and put on our end pieces, and this will just cap off these edges. You don't have, like I said, you don't have to do this. This is just something that I wanted to put on and incorporate, so bear with me. Hopefully I can hold this and handle this in place at the same time. All right, everybody, so there we have it. That is the end of the build. The only thing that we have left to do is putting this face on the opposite side, but other than that, everything is good. Everything's on here. We're gonna lacquer it a few more times, but other than that, anything that you guys have in mind, let your imagination go to town. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on the floor, get it lacquered up so that we can get it into the house sometime tomorrow. So please smash that like button, subscribe, share with family and friends if you like the idea, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Catch you later.